I sat by myself at the petitioner's table, with two folders piled up high, the courthouse filled with the smell of old rugs and stale coffee. On the other side, my father lounged on the seat like he ran the show. Robert Harrison's laugh had always been like a tool to hurt, and he enjoyed using it against me. My brother Ethan sat next to him, his tie pulled too snug, his gaze shifting away. He was the favorite son. I was the one they just put up with. Their lawyer, in a sharp suit and confident smile, greeted everyone with smooth assurance. When the judge asked if I had a lawyer, I stood up. I am handling my own case, Your Honor. Robert's laughter echoed loudly in the room. The bailiff looked over. She's too broke to afford a real lawyer, my father declared, loud enough for everyone in the back to hear. A few folks laughed along. The lawyer's grin grew bigger, as if the outcome was already decided. I felt my cheeks get warm, but my hand stayed steady. I opened the folder, turned to the page highlighted in yellow, and waited until the lawyer claimed the property transfer was fully legal. Then I stood once more. Your Honor, I said, that transfer can be canceled because my mother wrote a will by hand, and according to our inheritance laws, it decides how things are divided. A deed made just to avoid the official process cannot hold up. The room went completely quiet. Not just a pause, truly quiet. A cough stopped halfway. Someone's pen hung in the air. Unnoticed, Ethan stopped blinking. My father's grin faded. Confusion showed on his face, then something sharper, like worry hidden behind a weak attempt at calm. The judge leaned in. Go on, Miss Harrison. I nodded once. That quiet moment did not happen by chance. It came from many nights of feeling like an extra in my own family. And it all started with my mother's house. I grew up in Washington County, where family names meant a lot. My father, Robert, never let me forget I came second. Ethan was the one set to inherit everything. If he messed up, Dad called it a lesson. If I did well, Dad called it good fortune and expected it to end soon. I joined the service at 17 to escape. The Navy taught me to work with facts, schedules, conflicts, and documents that allowed no debate with the truth. Mom was the only person who truly cared about my days. Then she passed away, and her house turned into the final spot that still reminded me of her. I kept sending funds for fixes because it felt proper, even though Dad never said thanks. Ethan kept making bad business moves and piling up bills. When my aunt told me they planned to sell Mom's house and put the deed only in Ethan's name, I rushed back and faced them. Dad did not back down. Ethan needs it, he said. You are not around. When I brought up Mom's handwritten will, he just laughed. You think you get a vote? That evening, I gave up seeking his okay. I gathered every document and studied inheritance rules until morning. I located an old tax record with Dad's signature looking normal. On the new deed, his writing looked different, like it was hurried or copied. I gathered Ethan's bill notices. Mrs. Thompson provided me a signed and official statement about the signing event and Dad urging everyone to hurry. Now in court, the other lawyer tried to interrupt me. The judge raised his hand. Let Miss Harrison speak. I placed the old tax paper next to the deed. Same person, I said. Different handwriting. My father stopped laughing. The judge's attention turned to their lawyer. Counsel, he said, we will take a short break. In the hallway, their lawyer leaned close to my father. You kept the handwritten will hidden, he said. And you kept her payments hidden. Dad's mouth tightened. Ethan kept wiping his hands on his trousers. Back in the room, the judge nodded toward me. Miss Emily Harrison, continue. I passed up Mrs. Thompson's official statement, the bank records for the new roof and furnace, and the older tax paper with my father's clear signature. The judge set it beside the deed. His eyes moved between the writings. He looked at Ethan. These bill notices are correct. Ethan's reply sounded weak. Yes, Your Honor. The judge glanced at the other lawyer, then at the deed again. The court is ordering a stop, he said. No selling, no transferring, no putting liens on the property, until the inheritance process is finished. The handwritten will is accepted for review. Both children keep equal rights. That was the end. No big hammer strike for drama. No long talks, just the rules closing in on their scheme. Ethan whispered a bad word quietly. The bailiff did not need to step in. The weight of the court's decision handled it. On the courthouse steps, the fresh air cooled the sweat on my face. Dad came out last. His shoulders sagged, his eyes uncertain. "Emily," he said, as if trying the name anew. "You made me look bad in there." "I stopped allowing you to make me feel bad," I replied. His throat moved as he swallowed. "Your mother always said you were the reliable one." "I am keeping the house," I said. "We will figure out Ethan's part through the proper process. But the home stays with the family like she wanted." Dad looked up at the sky for a moment, then nodded. "I am proud of you," he murmured. Soft, simple, and at last real.